Hey everyone, I'm Klloo, and welcome to the data pack Runechant, A World to Discover. A massive survival data pack filled with magic and mysteries. Experience new seasons as you traverse different biomes, craft and cast powerful spells, enhance your weapons with new forms of brewing, or gain different abilities through trimming equipment, which has also been extended to weapons and tools. With 8 new advancement tabs to pursue, come experience a whole new world. The data pack is finally at a state release, so no better time to start playing and preparing for more endgame content to come. You can find the pack on Planet Minecraft or Moderate, or of course in the links down below. Right, so today's feature to go over, we need a little help from a friend, a wandering trader. So I have modified their spawn table basically, so when they pop up, you should find that they have a few extra trades. You can now buy bundles off them, which is quite helpful, especially if you don't have the craft enabled, right, in the experimental features, because they are still in the data and you can still give yourself them, or in this case, buy them off Wandering Trader, regardless of whether or not you have them enabled. But then we also have this old book and some other random trades here and there, but we'll focus on the bundle. So we will just craft one, but if you need a bundle and you can't craft it yourself, find a Wandering Trader. So using, oh God, you know what? I can do this. Bundle. There we go. I would have never guessed that pattern in centuries. But we have ourselves a bundle, and if we hop over to survival, what we can take a look at now are these tabs right here at the top of the inventory, right? So we have the normal equipment slots: head, chest, shoulders, legs, toes, knees and toes. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. And the shield slot. But now we also have these ones in our inventory. We have what sort of looks like a closed bundle, right? But not quite. And then a inverted closed bundle. Then we also have a horn, this little eye thing, and this little crystal thing. We'll get to those a bit later. This is probably the best feature, in my opinion, at the very least. But we're still a little ways off being able to utilize it. I need to finish the bosses. This is definitely an endgame thing, so don't worry about that. The crystals are technically in the pack, but they are non-functional at the moment. If we go to manipulating shulk, yeah, you can craft them, but they don't have a use yet. They will have a use. They'll have an interesting use. It's on the to-do list. But what we want to focus on are these two slots, right? To do with the bundles. So we can go ahead and make ourselves an enchanted bundle. Is that what I call it? No, a bag of enchantment. Same thing. So reinforce a bundle with a stack of world fragments enchantment and an enchanter's crucible. So we have our bundle, and luckily we have our fragments, which, if you need a reminder, right, I'm also going to go back into creative. All you have to do is enchant some random stuff, and you will eventually find yourself these fragments. So we grab out some books and some lapis. If you do have extra luck, you will have a better time at finding these, but they shouldn't be too uncommon. So if we do that and just randomly enchant, we should hopefully get a roll sooner or later. And I don't have to just keep talking, but it looks like I'm going to have to cut the footage. There we go, finally. World fragments. We got 6. We'll turn it into a stack. Right, so you just have to enchant. Again, more luck, the more often you'll get them. So go find yourself, because I don't actually think I've shown this off either. Go find yourself a rabbit and deal with them a couple times. I don't have strength either. It's why we don't improvise. Do you drop your foot? No. So if you do manage to snag a rabbit foot off one of them, God, I should really just give myself strength. You know, we're on a tangent, but we might as well pay off it, right? Strength, infinite, 99. True, stick that in the offhand. Now we can just do that. There we go. Right, they dropped a rabbit foot, but look at that. And now it gives 10 luck in the offhand. So that will help you find extra things more often. From mob drops to all the actual in-pack resources, luck goes a long way, and rabbit foot is probably the best item you can grab right off the bat. But back to the bag of enchantment. So we need our bundle, and we need our stack of world fragments. Toss them all in, and yep, there we go. We get our enchanted satchel. God, I'm not good with consistent naming. But we have a little tooltip here that says, must be kept in the first inventory slot to activate. Every enchanted cluster increases its respective attribute by 0.5%. Move from its inventory slot to refresh the bonus. So if I actually go ahead, we'll toss that out. I don't need that anymore. And we can clear everything else. So we did see that slot up here. So that's the first slot of the inventory, at least from my definition. It's like, it's a different number. We won't confuse you. But what are these enchanted clusters? Well, you will find them rarely by mining. So if we mine copper, we have a chance at some enchanted copper. If we mine iron, iron. Gold, diamond, lapis, redstone, quartz, I was going to say iron again, and emerald. So there are 8 different enchanted clusters for you to find, and they all give attribute bonuses. So we'll go after There we are. Lapis, because that is the easiest to actually show it actually having an effect, because as I was trying to type, it gives movement speed. Sometimes your brain just is ahead of what you're actually trying to do. So we'll give ourselves, you know what, I kind of want that rabbit foot now, but we'll get a pickaxe, netherite, and we'll just max our luck effect, give at all some luck for 99. Right, so if I lay out a bunch of lapis, now there is a difference in the drop rate between deep slate, and normal. You will get rare things more often if you mine deep slate, so it's better to go deeper. But the hope is, if we go into survival, I should find one pretty quickly. We got some fragments, which is fine, but hopefully I find a cluster. They are meant to be rare because getting a full stack of them is meant to be the big challenge. There are other ways to get them, and it seems like we're actually not getting lucky. You know what? I'm gonna have to, I guess, mine for a little bit. I know there's another way, right? If we go back into creative, we have a better shot, and I will have to diminish this because it shouldn't be this equivalent. Give me stone. We have a better chance of getting them if I just grind up some stuff. Right? Yeah, look at that. We got one. Can I see any others? Do we only get one? We might have only gotten one. In which case they're not that rare because that was a full stack. No, we got some quartz ones too. No lapis, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying because that's what we want to show off. But we did get a redstone one as well. So we got an enchanted redstone cluster. Might as well pick up everything. I should have the slots. We also got a diamond one and some quartz. So what do we have? We have attack speed, armor toughness, and attack damage. As the bag says, every enchanted cluster increases its attribute by 0.5%. So, for instance, if you had a whole stack, that would be a 32% increase. So that's pretty nice. In fact, you know what? There is an easy way to show this off. Thanks to our nice enchanted spyglass, we can see our attack damage is 100. We go ahead and stick the enchanted clusters in here into slot 1. It is now, well, it did go up, right? The hearts. I was reading the wrong thing first off, but we also have strength. You know, we can get rid of everything, right? So our hearts is 0 because we have no weapon, I should say. Which that shouldn't be right? It should still have a weapon effect. Damage is 3. We move it out of the slots. Damage is still 3. What would be 33% of 3? It would still be a 1 increase, but then it's not a heart. So, God, this is why I want lapis. Lapis is just significantly easier to show off. So you know what? I'm gonna grind stuff until we get lapis. Right? That broke. Give me a bottle of experience so we can just reset it. Right, that's the easiest way to do it. Throw it back up, and I got rid of my luck. I should say, I said it was a bit overbalanced, but you do need a ton of luck to actually make this fairly consistent in dropping you really good stuff. Right? There's a lapis one. Do we have the correct slots? We should. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, so we have movement speed. So this is, again, the easiest one to show off because we get a slight FOV increase. Right? If we have a full stack, much better FOV. Half a stack, slight. And the big thing that I'm going for with this enchanted satchel is the fact that you can mix and match stats, right? So right now we're getting a 16% increase to attack and a 16% increase to movement speed. So if you get a bunch of the different ones, for instance, this attack speed, what was diamond again? Armor toughness, gold might be HP if I remember correctly. Do we have any? We do have some here. Did I get them? Perfect, right? So, you know, you could do 20 gold, get what, a 10% increase, do 20 lapis, get a 10% movement speed increase, right? You can mix and match and fine tune your attributes to get to, again, the caps in the game, right? Even luck, because you will want a ton of luck. So just a little bit more tinkering with your character in a RPG sense. So I think that should be fun, right? More or less. But there is obviously another slot if we go back to survival. So how do we get the second bag, right? Because this is the one that faces right? Right, they match. So what is the bag that goes here? Well, if we scroll through our advancements, this time we'll go to rare oddities. We have an ancient satchel. Powerful ancient artifact, fully restored, able to absorb power from enchanted clusters to a greater extent than an enchanted satchel. So, how do we make it though? Well, we need a few things that are actually a bit more difficult to get. There are a few different ways to go about this. The easiest way is still probably not that easy. And again, I keep forgetting which mode I'm in. And I also, I want to keep the clusters. We'll keep movement speed as deafening. Give me a stack of gold, give me the enchant satchel, everything else can go. And we might as well do the time while we're here. Right, so what do we need? The two routes are either to get yourself a ton of wither skulls, some dragon's breath, and some totems, however many you want to farm with, or some decorated pots. And the decorated pots do need to actually have sherds. You don't have to make a full decorated pot out of 4 sherds, but the more sherds you use and more different ones you use, the better your chance of different loot, as well as the spawns to actually get the items we want. So, with a skull, dragon breath, totem of dying, right? Look at that. That kind of looks exactly like what we're after, right? So, you can summon these guys in, and you can fight them, and you can have a chance at their drops. Their drops are pretty decent, and there are a few different ones we want to collect. But they are, as you can see, quite tanky. And look at that, we didn't even get a drop. So that is option A, if you will, right? But you always get 100 affinity, so that's, you know, a benefit for going down that route of farming. The other one is to have an iron golem, not that way, can I shift onto? Yeah, stand on top of a decorated pot, in which the iron golem will actually break the decorated pot. Now, you have to trap on, set up a little station, right, which is fun in itself, an iron crushing station. But as you saw, the decorated pots dropped nothing. And that is, again, because we want one that's made out of sherds. The more sherds you use, the more different sherds you use, the better chance you will have at better loot. So this time, if we put down the decorated pots, spawn the iron golem, there we go. We get a ton of loot, actually, and we also get a ton of mobs. The trend here is the more random stuff you use, the more enemies will show up, but also the more loot you'll find. Now, the loot is very varied. Some of it you might want, some of it's just sort of junkish. But again, pays to have luck, pays to have multiple sherds. So basically, just to go over the mechanic, if you will, the way it works is per different sherd, you get a roll on the loot table, and you also get a roll against the mob spawning. So the more sherds you use, more loot, more mobs. It's up to you. But obviously, we want the mobs, and we do want to be the ones to actually finish them off. Bastards. They broke my armor stance. We'll deal with them first. They will also be slightly tankier than the other ones that spawn, but the drop rates are also still... I don't know, I'm tinkering with them. I don't want them to be too easy, but at the same time, this is kind of rare, right? Because they are... Oh, you dropped way too much stuff. You dropped 4 hearts, but we also got some leather, which we do want, right? We want the leather. More importantly, we want the ancient eye, and I'm going to fix up the arm stands. But yeah, I think I found a way to farm this easy enough. They're kind of going on their own little rampages. Oh, well, never mind. I don't actually have to farm it because we got the drop straight away. That's fantastic. We're all fighting each other. We maxed out strength, so this is kind of easy. They're dropping way too many hearts. Oh, and you are suffocating in Winter's Coffin, apparently. It's fine. We'll put you out of your misery. Break all that. I'll clean this up. Slabs do work because the decorate pot sticks up a little. Now we want the eye without grabbing too much other junk, right? We got everything we need? Perfect. So I can just delete all the other items so we don't have to worry too much about the lag they create. Not that it's much, but try and keep this place neat and tidy. But now we have our faded scraps and our ancient eye, along with some other stuff, but we'll leave that be for now. So following this little branch, right, we did I wonder what's inside, perhaps if a construct heavy enough where to stand on it, to ancient leather, to reconstructing a powerful relic. For all the possibilities, perhaps wrapping an ancient eye in a stack of ancient leather along with a shard of power, an imbuing shulk forge. There's a lot of stuff going on there. We'll skip to the finer points. So, shard of power, what's that first off? Well, it is taking an echo shard and going on this long, arduous quest to empower it. And it starts off with, can I remember? Dragonfire, right? So I'm actually just going to summon in a Dragon Fireball. I think it needs to hit. So we'll go one above, and then we'll do... It's power, not motion, if I remember correctly. 0D, -1D, 0D. Right? Perfect. So there's fire. Throw the shard into the Dragonfire. Obviously go to the end, fight the Ender Dragon. As you saw, it sucked it in. We get an incomplete shard of power. Then, the next step. Right, we do also want to separate this so we can see it nice and easy. Experience set us to 0 levels, please. Right, So the next step is going and finding yourself some lava. You want to toss the echo shard into lava. Perfect. For a minute, I was worried I messed up. It absorbs the lava, and we get another incomplete echo shard. But as you can see now, it's got the red, and it says reforged. So after that, we need some experience. I forget what level it is, but you know, I'm just gonna whack these down until it actually triggers. So throw it out. If you have enough experience, or once you have enough experience, it will then absorb your experience and transform again. You know what? This is probably too slow. Let's just do experience. P sets us to level 30. Yeah, there we go. It absorbs the experience. Then I'm trying to remember them all without looking at the advancements. It is onto it's packed or blue ice. I know that. I think it's blue ice, right? You throw it onto some blue ice, melts it, absorbs it, and cools down. And we get a incomplete shard of power that's reforged, imbued, and sealed. Now, final step, this is probably the most arduous. You gotta go down to the ancient city. Luckily, I don't. And you need to have the warden be near it for long enough for it to absorb his energy. So, you either have to bait the warden or continuously throw it. Now, it does take a while for the timer to reset. So you're more than welcome to pick it up over and over again. But obviously, he has to stand right near it, because I want to make it, again, a little bit of a challenge. But eventually, it should be now-ish. There we go. We get ourselves a shard of power. Thanks for your service, but you can go. Right, so we have a shard of power, reforged, imbued, and sealed. Whew, that step's done. And we actually also need the shulk catalyst anyway. But just in case that's a little convoluted, there is advancements for it, right? So the first one's Dragonfire. Perhaps Dragonfire could unravel the secrets of the shard. Seems the shard seeks great aid. I'm trying to leave it a bit cryptic, right? Because I want it to be an adventure. The molten shard has a thirst for experience. Despite seeming cool to the touch, the shard seeks to melt even the coldest ice. And then it seeks the essence of a creature from which it originally came, right? Headcanon, echo shards from the warden. And then we get ourselves a shard of power. So then the last thing we need is a imbuing shulk board, which is part of another tab. I don't know why we're skipping ahead. I probably could have left this video at the normal bag, but we might as well do both. So we needed a imbuing, so not tuning, imbuing. So we have to follow the layers. So shulk, shrieker, shulk catalyst, soul lantern, shulk sensor. Yes, they're in brackets. I could be reading instead of guessing. But if we get all the pieces out, so that, and then we also needed that soul lantern, we can go ahead and assemble a nice little tower for us that goes something like this, I believe. And that should be the multi-block structure, I hope, right? In fact, I should have built it one down, but no worries. And then we can finally craft the other satchel. So again, bit of a journey. So we needed the scraps, the eye, and a shard of power. And I probably should have made duplicates, and I'm going to make duplicates because we are out of experience. Or at least that's the hope. Or, oh, I must have had another stack, didn't I? Yeah, we must be out of experience. We'll go game mode survival. Yeah, so there you go. For the record, a shard of power costs the full 30 levels. But I want to make clones of all these items in case I need them later. So we'll do that. We'll do that, and we'll do that. All right. Give ourselves 30 levels again. And we will throw everything here. It's Control Q, right? Nope, it is... That was Shift, so that's my bad. And there we go. Gets crafted. We get ourselves the other bag, the Ancient Satchel. It must be kept in the third inventory slot. So that goes there. And this one, instead of 0.5%, gains a full percent. So you can get up to a 32% bonus off the Enchanted Satchel. And then you can get up to a full 64%, or altogether almost 100% bonus in stats. So every enchanted cluster increases its respective attributes by 1%. So for instance, if we were to go all in on speed, yeah, we got the zoomies now, and obviously you can throw in the different armor, and yeah, you can just have a great time. Basically, my way of thinking is always just any extra stats always go into movement speed, right? Movement speed or health, since armor toughness kind of has a cap. Well, actually does have a cap, I should say. Armor and armor toughness. Attack damage is kind of just up to whatever the mobs are. But movement speed is always nice and fun to have. But yeah, those are the two enchanted satchels. Ooh. Hope you enjoyed. So yeah.